Let us now move forward and understand an important learner classification known as field-dependent and field-independent learners. These terms explain how learners perceive information and interact with their learning environment. Field-dependent learners generally prefer learning in social contexts. They enjoy cooperative activities, group discussions, and guided instruction from teachers. Such learners often rely on structured subject materials and benefit from demonstrations, examples, and external support. From an exam point of view, it is important to remember that personalized curriculum, seeking guidance and demonstrations from teachers, and a preference for cooperation are key characteristics of field-dependent learners, a statement that has been asked in exams. These learners also tend to relate concepts to personal experiences, prefer cooperation over competition, and perceive the global or holistic aspects of concepts and learning materials. This holistic and visual learning orientation is another confirmed exam-focused feature of field-dependent learners. In contrast, field-independent learners are more self-directed and autonomous. They are comfortable working alone and thrive in unstructured or minimally guided learning environments. Such learners are less dependent on external cues and are better at separating details from the surrounding context. While both learning styles differ in approach, it is important to note that neither is superior. Instead, each caters to unique learning preferences and requires appropriate instructional strategies. Next, let us understand episodic learning, which refers to learning that results from specific personal experiences or events. In episodic learning, behavior changes because of a particular incident that leaves a strong impression on the learner. For example, a fear of dogs developing after a dog bite is a classic illustration of episodic learning. This type of learning is deeply connected to emotions and past experiences and involves remembering what happened, where it happened, and how it felt. From a cognitive perspective, it is important to remember that integration of information from the phonological loop, the visuospatial sketchpad, and long-term memory is the function of the episodic buffer, and this relationship has been asked in exams. Episodic learning highlights how personal experiences shape long-term understanding and behavior. We now move to an advanced and highly exam-relevant concept known as self-regulated learning, often abbreviated as SRL. Self-regulated learning refers to the process where students actively manage their own learning environment and learning strategies. This type of learning is guided by metacognition, strategic action, and motivation. Self-regulated learners take responsibility for their learning and work consciously toward achieving educational goals. From an exam perspective, it is crucial to note that self-directed learners are intrinsically motivated, set their own goals, exercise self-discipline, assess themselves, and use metacognitive skills, a statement that has been directly asked in exams. Self-regulated learning operates in the form of a cycle, where learners continuously plan, act, monitor, and improve. The cycle begins with analyzing the task, where learners identify the skills and knowledge required and break the task into manageable components. This is followed by setting goals, which helps learners stay focused and motivated. The next stage is devising plans, where learners decide the steps, resources, and time frame needed to complete the task. Once planning is complete, learners move on to enacting tactics and strategies such as breaking tasks into smaller parts, using mnemonics, practicing regularly, or revising systematically. The final stage is regulating learning, where learners monitor their progress, adjust strategies if needed, and maintain motivation. From an exam standpoint, it is extremely important to remember the correct logical order of the self-regulated learning cycle, which is analyzing the task, then comes setting goals. Then we have devising plans and enacting tactics and strategies, and at the end, regulating learning. This exact sequence has been asked in exams in multiple forms, so it should be memorized carefully.